Okay, so you are joining the Closet Amazon for more Jak and Daxter the Precursor Legacy. Last time we were going through Geyser Rock and we forgot the most basic of all pathways, got lost, and, generally put up a really meager fight. So now we're on to the actual game, and only good things can come from here. We left off at the warp gate here. We're going to head back to Samos's hut to, find out what's going on. Hey! Okay, yeah. We are going to the Green Sage's hut, yes. Come on. Okay. I'm sorry, like I said the other recording, I haven't played this in a while, and I'm trying to record at the same time, so...
Good training, boys, but that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
Then no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack? We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're, itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away, then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
Okay, so that was Samos. We're already getting an idea what the characters are like. You can talk to, well, usually you can talk to characters to get new missions. Apparently Samos has already given us, okay.
Some brave adventurers you two are. Back already and without clearing my block eco-harvesters. They're on the far side of the beach, boys. Now, get moving!
Recycled clips. Great. I believe this Piranha Plant ripoff was from one of the Crash games. Like I said, I never had a PS1, and this was my first PS2 game, so I really couldn't tell you. I don't know why I did that. But like I was about to say before I started... What was that? Like I was about to say before talking to Samos, we're already getting a feel for what the characters are like. They're fairly consistent throughout the games, with one exception, and if we ever play the sequels, then we'll get into that. We'll talk to Kira right now, because, why wouldn't we want to talk to our love interest?
Hey, baby! What do you say you and I go cruising on this A-Grav Zoomer?
Rule number 1, I don't date animals.
You don't know what you're missing.
Listen, if you need something to keep you busy, my father always talked about an ancient precursor pipeline hidden deep underground. Some of these pipes end in vents from which eco flows freely, and some have been capped off so that the eco is sealed back. There must be a way to turn the capped vents on. I traced part of the pipeline back to the Forbidden Temple. Maybe you should look there for some type of switch.
Okay, so we've got these two missions now. If you go to the start screen, well, you won't find anything in Sandover Village, but in Sentinel Beach you can find unblock the eco harvesters, and we do not have the forest unlocked yet. So we'll get to that eventually. Spoilers: there's a jungle level. That is a cliff. There were a couple of things that I wanted to touch on in the last episode that I didn't get the chance to because of all the tutorials. One was right after Samos's monologue in the beginning. He was talking about the secret to the precursors, I believe. Oh, don't fall off that. I was looking up and not looking at the game. And I really need to stop saying I need to find a different verbal tick. But that'll, like I was saying, the Secret to the Precursors thing, that'll come up later, and it's really cool foreshadowing. I love some of the things, some of the hints that are present even in these early games, because the tone of the games changes substantially. And I just talked over Daxter, but there are always going to be little voice clips interrupting gameplay, and we're looking for scout flies. They're even in villages. You'll find scout flies. They're hubs, I suppose, is what they're technically called. This is the mayor. We're gonna talk to him.
No, don't tell me that you two have problems as well. The first I hear of monster sightings near the village, and now this. See those gears up there, boys? See them? See how they're not moving? That means our village has no power. The eco beam coming from the jungle temple has been interrupted. And boys, everyone's too frightened to go out and find out what's happened.
Did you pay the bill?
Yeah. Oh, you're funny. Now look, if you two fix the eco beam, I'll give you a power cell. Oh, and another thing, if by any chance you're interested in making a contribution to my re-election campaign, I might be willing to part with yet another power cell. The minimum contribution is a very modest 90 Precursor orbs.
That's the usual going rate for Precursor orbs. Is there a scout fly in the cutscene? I thought we got that, and there's nothing in here. But you know what I don't get? There's the zoom button. This is what the goggles do. The goggles have a purpose, guys. But he said there's no power. They've got lamps going, so I really don't see what the problem is. I don't think there's really any purpose in talking to him again, but we can.
Back already? And without fixing the eco beams? Your village needs you, boys!
I've never actually talked to the people repeatedly without doing the missions, because there's a game-breaking bug later in the game. A game-breaking bug in a game, no, as opposed to a video, which is technically what you're watching. Oh, mind-blowing. The standard going rate for Precursor power cells from anyone you can buy them from is 90 orbs. It gets bumped up to a higher number later on from certain NPCs. Right now we're going to talk to this guy who's a little bit of a puzzle.
Well, hello there, my dear boy. You've caught me at a most inopportune moment. I was to set off on my journeys yesterday, but I seem to be a spot short on the old Precursor orbs. I would have pledged my word that I had 90 of them, but I gather that your young friend, you know, the little annoying, miserably ugly one, might have just pilfered them as a sort of a spot of fun. Anyway, would you be kind enough to loan your dear old uncle 90 Precursor orbs so he can get underway? I would offer you a power cell in return.
In hub levels, you generally just get, you know, either missions or buying power cells. There's not usually a lot to do besides collecting scout flies. But this guy, he's known in two different ways. In I don't remember which, like if it's the guidebook or what. No, it's not the guidebook because that actually says that he's Jack's uncle. And in a different book, it states that he's just an adventurer. And, you know, you can tell that they're dressed alike. And they actually do have some similar features with the green blonde hair, which is kind of odd. And all that, but a later, like, the Jak 3 manual, not the in-game manual, but the strategy guide has a bunch of cool stuff in the back, and it does touch upon the mystery of our dear uncle there. So yeah, back to the normal. Well, we can't call it the normal yet, we've just started. We've just begun. I'm going insane already. So we can't really tell what's normal yet because we've just started playing. We've got another mission over here, and this is probably just gonna be more dialogue in this episode.
Hey! Little furry dude! Oh, I thought for a moment you were my muse.
Your what?
Haven't you ever seen a muse before? It's a little glowing squirrel about your size, full of spunk, and crazy as a lark.
Oh, I get it. Like a sidekick.
As a matter of fact, without my muse, I just can't sculpt. But with her around, I see beauty in everything, you know? Right now, I couldn't chisel my way out of a box. I think she ran away to that misty island. Oh, I just hope she's all right. It's worth a power cell if you bring her back to me.
Wait a minute! We are not going back to Misty Island! Are we?
Okay, so I apologize if you heard meowing during that little scene there. My cat walked up and decided that he wanted attention, so he's back here rubbing up against stuff that he really ought not to be rubbing up against. We already went there, and we are headed in this direction. I believe we have not talked to everyone in Sandover yet. Oh yeah, we've got the... Oh yeah, I knew we hadn't talked to everyone in Sandover yet. I was being an idiot.
Oh my, what a horribly sick little bird.
You don't look so good yourself, lady.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were a spotted orange-bellied rainfrill. You know, yesterday I saw some terribly vicious creatures capture a mother flut-flut near the beach. Now there's this poor little orphan egg sitting in a nest at the top of the cliff, and I can't get to it. If you could climb up there and push it off, I've piled some hay down at the base to catch it safely. Do an old lady a favor, and I'll give you a power cell.
Okay. Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if I should have chosen a game with less actual dialogue as my first, because then I would, not be going silent all the time. But I'll explain my reasonings for, playing this one when we talk to Zeb. Zeb here.
Those yak cows. Gotta milk those yak cows. Oh, it's you. Oh, just resting my tired bones. I've been trying to get those ornery yak cows back into the pen all day. Some strange creatures tried to steal them earlier. You think you could help an old man and try to get them back into the corral?
Okay. So there should be one more being to talk to in Sandover. And I know I'm skipping over a lot of Precursor orbs. We'll get to those later. We just want to get all of our missions so we know what to do. And I could be doing this without...
Check out that funky sculpture sitting on the rocks over there.
Yes, thank you, Daxter. I could be doing this without showing all the... where you get the missions and stuff. But that seems a bit like cheating. Which doesn't make too much sense, but, it's the principle of the thing. I want to do this right. I need to show people why I'm doing stuff, even though I know why I'm doing it. And that jump that tormented me as a kid, I was always trying to double jump it. And I don't know why I didn't just spin at the end. I don't think I realized you could do that to gain, distance. And it's so stupid.
This must be a Precursor oracle like the sage always goes on about. I hope they weren't as ugly in person.
Okay. So this is an oracle like Daxter just said. You get a lot of cool foreshadowing when you talk to them. So this is one I'm going to willfully shut up for.
Who awakens the oracle? Wait, one of you has the light within. From before time, I have watched and waited for the true hero to return. Present to me 120 Precursor orbs for each power cell I contain.
So yeah, just a lot of buying power cells. The oracles, you can always buy power cells from for 120 rupees, what am I thinking? Power cells. And everyone else just gives you a standard going rate of 90. Did I say power cells? 90 Precursor orbs is what I meant. Well, crud. I'd like to herd yak cows, but we've talked to everyone in Sandover now, and we've got all of our missions. Except for the ones in the jungle, because we'll get to those later. Whoops, I bumped my mic. So, I guess before we get too long here, we're just going to shut things down, and I will see you for the next episode of Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. Bye, guys!
Bye.